Alright, Shalom, Akim.
Shalom.
Before we get started, as usual, want to give all praises, glory, and honor to the Heavenly Father and the Son by their true names.
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushua,
Ba'ashem,
Harakakadash.
and double honors to the elder apostles, Great Millstone, who rule and teach well, and honors and salutations to my Akim and Great Millstone that's pushing this truth throughout the four corners in these last days. Shalom.
Shalom.
And the title of this video, will be Modern Slavery, and pretty much around that title, and we're gonna get precepts proving it that you Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians who are Israelites according to the Bible, God's chosen people, as they said, Yahweh Shemashah's chosen people, you still in slavery, captivity.
All right. I'm gonna start off with Jeremiah 2:14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? All right, and that's a rhetorical question being posed. All right, why is Israel like this? All right, content with being manual laborers, working 9 to 5 jobs all damn day, man. Why are you content with being a slave? And how do you not notice that you're a slave? The bro, this question basically asking why are these niggas being such coons, man? Like what's going on?
You got another one?
I got another one. Now this is Haggai 1:6. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Right? And that's a Jake to a T.
Oh, yeah.
Jake sowing much, busting his ass. Jake be about 85 years old, still working at Walmart for $10, a little bit above minimum wage and shit, alright?
The northern tribe too.
Shit, yeah. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes. You earn wages to get taxed out the ass by Esau, essentially. You busting your ass, sweating for this damn devil, and he just taking out right out of your fucking pocket, man.
It's like you forever, which this precept here, the scriptures back it up. You forever in debt to Esau, slave, like an indentured servant, forever. All right, you got it.
It's Isaiah 14:2. And the people shall take them, and this is speaking of when we get our power. The roles are going to completely reverse. The slave is going to become the master, and the master is about to become the slave. And bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. Because right now we're those servants and handmaids. We're those average everyday employees you see working at grocery stores, restaurants, serving Esau food. These Issacharite women being these Issacharite men and women being janitors and shit like that, being housekeepers. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. Just to back up that point that we're still in slavery right now. We wouldn't need saving if we weren't in slavery, all right? And they shall rule over their oppressors. And that's what you should be striving for, man. To rule over your oppressors. And the only way you could do it is by taking heed to these scriptures.
I got a quick precept backing you up on that. This Psalms 119 in verse 9. Beth, wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word. Alright. And with my whole heart have I sought thee. Oh, let me not wander from thy commandments. Alright. I'm going down a little more. Thy word have I hid in mine heart, that I might not sin against thee. Blessed art thou, O Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, teach me thy statutes. Alright, so that's how you, cleanse yourself from this world, through these law, statutes, commandments, that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua set up, the elder apostles of Great Millstone, to teach us, on down to, the least of us, and bring in, fruit. All right. You got more on that?
I got a different precept. It's Baruch 3:8. This is going to hit the nail right on the head of what the video named. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. So saying yet this day is basically like saying still. We're still in this captivity. Where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse. and to be subject to payments, to be subject to having that bag with holes in it, all right? According to all the iniquities of our fathers which departed from the Lord our power. Hear, Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear to understand wisdom. How happeneth it, Israel, that thou art in thine enemy's land, that thou art waxen old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead, alright? And who are the dead? These wicked ass niggas for one, these wicked ass heathens, all these people whose customs you're cleaving to, you niggas.
And how you Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, you spiritually dead because you have you fleed away per se from Yahweh Shem Shai. You going into, you taking on the customs of these other nations,
Horn.
You whoring, and you keeping these different holidays and celebrating these different gods and stuff like that, And I got a precept backing you up real quick. It says this Proverbs 1:20, because that wisdom, is coming through the men of the Lord, the prophets, like the precept say, you have an unction, from Yahweh Shem Shai, all things. That wasn't given, to anybody and everybody, no average Joe, So this what that was, wisdom doing, and I'm gonna break it down. Proverbs 1:20. Wisdom crieth without; she uttereth her voice in the streets. All right, and you see men on the highways and byways, all everywhere across the four winds, of the earth, saying this. She crieth in the chief place of concourse. All right, in the openings of the gates. In the city, she uttereth her words, Salakia, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? All right, and that that wisdom Yahweh Shem Shai gave the elder apostles great millstone on down to the least of us, and we're saying this, on the highways and byways. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge? Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit upon you. I will make known my words unto you. All right, and that's only his spirit only gonna fall on the hopefully elect. All right, because 2/3, you're gonna hear this truth and get marked just for destruction. Just so it can Yahweh Shem Shai can be justified in destroying you. And that's it on that precept. You got another one?
Go ahead. You get something out of the way.
This 2 Corinthians 6:17. Wherefore come out from among them and be ye separate, saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. All right, so that's spiritually speaking. We're not telling you like these other camps to get passports and go to the land of Israel. We're not saying that because the land of Israel is gonna be destroyed. All right, and that's according to the Bible. That's prophecy. But it's spiritually saying, stop eating, stop keeping these holidays, these wicked ass holidays, stop eating pork and things like that. Stop smoking weed and all, things like that.
Cigarettes and shit.
Stop getting dreadlocks, and all that. Stop getting lineups.
Being a nigga, essentially. You can say it like that. Stop being a fucking nigga, and niggas gonna know what that's talking about. Stop doing nigga shit.
All these, these Babylonian, customs, you got to put off that Christianity and all that, the
westernized way of living.
And it says, and will be a father unto you, and ye shall be my sons and daughters, saith the Lord Almighty. All right. That's it on that one. The last one I got kind of long. It's like a few verses.
So you get which one you got?
Isaiah 51.
Well, you get that one, and I'll take it out in Ecclesiastes.
This Isaiah 51:14. The captive exile hasteneth that he may be loose, and that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread should fail. All right, and that's the type of mindset the men of the Lord have. We don't want to perish in the land of our enemy. And have have kids or anything like that over here. That's not wise, because we know the end of this place, and we like the scripture says in Ecclesiastes, oppression maketh a wise man mad, So, but you got 2/3 Jakes that's complacent. They don't see nothing wrong with America, but we do. The men of the Lord do, But I am the Lord thy God, Yahweh Shemashah, that divided the sea, whose waves roared. The Lord of hosts is his name. And I have put my words in thy mouth, and I have covered thee in the shadow of mine hand, that I may plant the heavens and lay the foundations of the earth, and say unto Zion, thou art my people. All right? And only a remnant, of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, Indians are going to do that. That's why you see, what's the word? Because you got camps out there that's like only, that term black people or, Israelites and stuff.
Negro and shit.
But it's diverse. Like let me see if I can find this precept. What I ain't gonna I don't want to make it too long. But the scripture says, roughly paraphrasing, my heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. So the nation of Israel, we come in all different shades,
colors inside.
and we've been scattered across the whole earth. So we living amongst these different nations and stuff like that.
You're still a fucking slave.
And mixing ourselves with these, other nations and things like that. So you got confusion of faces. That's, the spirit of Yahweh Shemashah is on them. They Israelites, all right?
Because if you do a little research on these different, say China, Japan, these different continents and shit, there's always a nation of people amongst the Chinese, a small sect of the Chinese. They might have a darker pigmentation, or they might be considered the impoverished group. And there's a very likely chance that those are Jakes. Alright.
It says, verse 18, there is none to guide her among all the sons whom she hath brought forth, neither is there any that take of her by the hand of all the sons that she hath brought up. These two things are come unto thee, who shall be sorry for thee, desolation and destruction, and the famine and the sword, by whom shall I comfort thee? All right, and that's coming on you, Jakes, and ultimately Esau, but you 2/3, you're gonna be destroyed with Esau, all right, and you're gonna be born back into the kingdom through our loins. It says, thy sons have fainted; they lie at the head of all the streets, as a wild bull in a net. All right, and that clearly fits, Jake. That's how who, by way of the curses and things like that, you can tell who the Israelites are.
Wild fucking bull. A nigga trying to start a fight with any fucking body.
Oh yeah. They are full of the fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy power. All right. That's why Jake out here, out like how they say, out like a post light, things like that. Jake be really out there. Therefore, hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. All right. So, Jake, they not physically drunk; they're spiritually, drunken. All right. Like it just said that. Therefore, hear now this, that thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. All right. And ultimately, the end of them Jakes is destruction. It just said, above, and the precept, the verse above, it says, "Thus saith the Lord, thy Lord, the Lord and thy power, that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again, but I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee." So all these curses, that's put on, on you Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, all right, who are Israelites, is going to be put on your enemies. All right, they're going to go into slavery captivity. Oh, suck. As long as it's still playing. Let's see. Yeah, it's still playing. We 14 minutes. Slack it. But all these curses, let me see. Okay, all these curses, that we going, we catching all this hell we catching is gonna be put on our enemies, and they're gonna go into slavery captivity, and we're gonna spoil them, take their, their goods and things like that. And it says, I'm gonna start back from the top. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the street to them that went over. All right, and Babylon the Great, which is America, was built off the back of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. All right, who are Israelites. All right, but Yahweh Shema Shah is about to deliver his elect, out of this place. All right, that's pretty much it.
All right. And if I could just add on that drink y'all niggas been drinking got you drunk enough to believe that you're really equal with these Edomites. Like you really convince yourself you're just an American citizen and not a slave. All right, and I'm gonna take it out on this one right here. It's Ecclesiastes 1:9. The thing that hath been it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there's no new thing under the sun. Right? It's no new thing that Israel's in captivity. Right? There were multiple captivities. It's not these same spirits just keep getting recycled and recycled, and here you niggas go again, back in Babylon, slaves again, under the same under worse circumstances.
That's why this place called also
spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom, spiritual Rome.
Those same spirits, back on the earth.
In one way or another, in all these heathen empires you were serving, whether you were called, you were a shackled up slave, or you were a servant, a handmaid. Right? And really, ain't no fucking difference. Is what the scripture saying. If you ain't at the top, you obviously at the bottom. Man, there ain't two tops. Alright. But with that, hope that lesson was edifying. We're gonna take it out as usual by facing the east and giving infinite honor and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Harukakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who rule and teach well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful and faithful elect out there, living this truth to the best of their ability and sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.
Abba Ball. Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala, Akim.
Keep going, Akim.
Oh yeah. Shalom.